Is there anything more exciting than a stationery haul? I don't think there is. Today I'm sharing my selection of things from Stationery Pal, from the functional to the beautiful and everything in between. Thank you so much to Stationery Pal for supplying all the goodies in this video. Hello, my name is Erin. Thank you so much for talking stationery with me. Just in case you've never got a package from Stationery Pal yourself, you can always look forward to an adorable different box. The boxes are always different. Look at this cutie on the outside, and they always send some adorable little freebies as well. For me personally, I at this point would prefer not to get the freebies because I've got them all before, but you get a little teddy bear. This one I'm naming Quasimodo. For reasons. I actually think he is super adorable. A little rubber duck, it actually squeaks, and these little extra bits, there is a phone pop socket thing, and these little hats that I never really know what to do with. Also some Sanrio inspired clips, which can be really useful for your journal, but I'm not really into Sanrio stuff. And this is the box. It is chock full, and I can't wait to show you every single thing in here, as well as demonstrating it for you if I can. If you're not familiar with Stationery Pal, they are a discounted online stationery store. Their prices are very, very low, and they are just about always running a sale, and I also have a discount code with them as well in case you'd like to save a little bit of extra money. That code is Erin, E-R-I-N, and it will save you 12%, and it will also make me a little bit of money, kind of like a finder's fee, to say thanks for sending you their way. Something I want to mention, I have pre-shot this haul. I am currently traveling at the time you're seeing this video, and I filmed this a few weeks ago, and Stationery Pal do this kind of unique thing where when something goes out of stock on their website, it doesn't say out of stock, they just completely remove it and you get a 404 error instead. Some of these items even went out of stock and were removed from the website before I had the chance to put this video together, so there is a chance that some of my links will not take you anywhere in the description. I'm really sorry about that if that is the case. Also, sometimes they magically start working again, so maybe we'll get lucky. Let's kick off the haul with a journal. I am always on the lookout for affordable journal options to recommend to people who are looking to get started in bullet journaling, so I thought this one would be good to test out. They do also have this journal available in a couple of different cover options and embossing styles too. I went for the pink one with the roses because that is so my style. And when I opened it up, I was actually really surprised because I recognized this nameplate page. It is the same as the one in my Tifosi journal, which is a bit of a surprise. It makes me think maybe they're using the same manufacturer and that's some kind of a default option that you can just include in a journal if you want to, but it has 160 GSM dot grid pages. The dots are nice and light, they're 5mm. This is a good journal, and I know this because I'm essentially already using this journal. Even the way it's reinforced in the spine is something I love about my Tifosi journal, so I actually think this is a really good choice, and it has 2 ribbon bookmarks, it has a pocket in the back. Like, this is an excellent bullet journaling option if you're looking for an A5 journal. I definitely would recommend you start here. It's going to do you so well. $9.50 US in the fall sale, although they don't say when the fall sale will end, so your mileage may vary. Moving into stickers now, these ones I genuinely just thought would be really cute with that journal I just showed you. So these are cherry blossoms. They are very slightly raised, but they're not puffy stickers, they're just a little textured. Interesting to note that the website pinks look much cooler than the in real life pinks. They're a little bit warmer, but I still think these are really cute and under $1 US, so you can't go wrong. I think that journal really influenced me because I'm really feeling the pink vibes. I've chosen a few. These ones are washi stickers that are mostly photographic, maybe a little more modern than I typically go for, but I'd like to draw your attention to the part of the packaging here that says sticker book, because that is a huge lie. As you can see, these are loose stickers, but you do get them in a range of sizes, you get them in a range of transparencies. I actually really like the photos on them. I think these could be a great option for reading journaling for me. I can't really see myself using them in my typical bullet journal setups, but in my reading journal, you betcha, although maybe some of the circumstances are a bit too specific, I don't know. You get stacks of these stickers in the box though, and they're all different. Every single image is different, so just to give you an idea, this is all the ones I have left over. $1.30 US in the sale price, or $1.56 regularly. At that price, I'll forgive it for lying about being a sticker book. This one's no liar though, this one is actually a sticker book. It's a little spiral bound one, and everything inside is kiss cut on the pages, which is much more what I was expecting from the previous. I'm really in two minds about this sticker book as far as if I could see myself using it. I think it's a great sticker book, but I don't know if it's necessarily all for me. But some of the pages in here are very much my style, so let's have a look through each one individually, and I have to get it in the light so you can see what's going on here. These ones are letter stickers. Every page in here has this kind of holographic shiny reflection going on, and you get these letter stickers in a bunch of different colors, and to me that is fantastic. And then we get into some of the more typical shapes. These ones are like curly ribbons and things, and you get those in a few different colors as well. Please excuse the focus, cameras really don't know what to do with holographic things, it's really having some trouble focusing here, but here's another page I really like. These ones are shiny little star shapes that are all different sizes. These ones you can really only see when I've got the page catching the light in exactly the right way. There's moons and hearts and things here too. I can see myself using those ones. I love a sparkle to fill in some space, but then you get to these ones that are like bubbly hearts and stars and I'm like, look, maybe not those. And the cherries, you know, a little bit too cutesy for me. And then you get a page like this that's got these long skinny chain things and you're like, well, maybe. I seem to like the ones that are just a shape cut out of a solid background color rather than the ones that are an actual design printed like these bubbles. I think they're cute. I just don't think I would use them. So I'm really torn about this one. I'm like, is this for me? Is this not for me? Will I surprise myself and use everything? Who knows? Also, on the sheets that are the alphabet stickers, I really like that you get several of each letter. You get like 5 or 6 of every single letter of the alphabet, so no matter what you're trying to write, you'll be able to write the whole thing, and you can do it all in different colors if you want to. You are getting a lot of bang for your buck though with this particular sticker book because there are so many stickers on every page. I'm not the person to do the calculations here, but I think if you worked out like a cost per sticker for this one, it would be a few cents, maybe less than a cent, because there are a lot in here. Also, it's really giving 90s stationery vibes, and that's very fun and nostalgic for me, so I do like that about it. $4.70 on sale or $5.64 full price. Here are some stickers that I would absolutely use in a heartbeat without ever having to question it. These ones are PET stickers, so they're clear plastic ones that you can see the page through the back of them. They're lovely orange florals. You get 3 sheets worth here. They are quite a few stickers to a sheet. I really like the soft florals, I really like the soft orange and the combination with the green as well. I do have one little nitpicky thing to say about these though, and that's that not all of the stickers on the sheet here are kiss cut. So kiss cut is when they have been cut around the sides so you can just peel them straight off the sticker sheet, and some of them are, like you can see this one here is kiss cut so you can peel it straight off with no fuss, but some of the other stickers on here are just straight on the background stuff. So if you want to use those in something, you're going to have to get your scissors or your Gyro-cutter or whatever and cut them out yourself, which is much more time consuming than a kiss cut sticker. As you can see, I'm peeling back from the corner here and the kiss cut stickers are staying on the sheet while everything else is peeling up, so there's quite a bit of labor involved there, unfortunately. But for $1.10 US, how mad can you really be? And these also come in red, green and blue variants too. I've had a space theme kicking around in my head for a little while, and I thought these stickers might be great for it, but they're actually kind of puffy, and I don't really like to use puffy stickers in my journal. I don't like to bulk it up too much where I can avoid it, so these are probably not the best choices for journaling. You can kind of see the texture because of my lights here. If I turn it on the side a little bit, you can see how they stand out a bit raised, but these are really cute space stickers. I'm not saying they're not cute, I'm just saying they're not going to be right for the purpose I chose them for. 70 US cents each. These are actually separate listings, but they're very similar, so I thought I would show you them together. If you like a sticker book, allow me to present you with a sticker book. This one says B5 on the corner, but I actually think it's A5 size, so that's interesting. These are all photo stickers inside, and the pages are actually perforated, which I really like, because it means when you finish all the stickers on a page, you can just rip the whole thing out and not have any need to keep just sticker backing for no reason. Or if you don't love a page, you can give it to someone else. These stickers are kiss cut, which means you can peel them off nice and easily, unlike those orange ones from before. Some of the pages in here have a really obvious color theme to the point where they write the name of the color, like this one, like blue, and everything on the page is blue, which is kind of cool, but also maybe a little unnecessary. Like, when am I going to need a sticker that says blue? Also, something that just occurred to me if you don't rip out the pages when you finish them is that maybe you could keep the backing kind of intact, take off any of the front stuff that is not a sticker and use it as a reusable sticker book. That would be really handy, actually. Again, I can see this being fantastic for a reading journal. Like, I feel like this could be exceptional for that. They're very nice stickers. They're a little glossy, kind of like magazine style glossy, but not like PET shiny kind of glossy. And they're opaque, which makes them a little bit different to the washi stickers from earlier that can sometimes be a little bit transparent. I did a double take at this corner one. I thought it was corn at first, but they're all little Lego heads. That is so weird. They 100% make up for it with the ginger cat and the dog wearing sunglasses though, so I will give them a pass on the weird disembodied Lego heads. And honestly, I really like the selection of lifestyle-y ones. I think they're pretty cute, especially like this kind of pale blue aqua page. Really nice. This one got me though. This one gave me a little cackle. I know there are languages and cultures in the world that don't have a separate word for blue and green, but this is in English and I just think that's really funny that they've written blue and the page is very clearly green. The purple clouds, absolutely love them. I always love a little bit of a water droplet, kind of surface of water moment. Flowers, of course, always useful for me. So I think this is a solid choice of sticker book. Enjoy your sluffer. Maybe they could check their text a little better before they go to print, but everything else I actually think is pretty great. Like, look at this one. This has got Disneyland vibes if you ask me. As a girl who likes the variety and the portability of a sticker book, I think this particular sticker book is a solid choice. I would definitely recommend this one. The sticker hit rate is not 100%, but it's high enough that I think it is worth your money. And I actually really like these big stickers. They're doing 3 to a page at the back of the sticker book. I kind of wish they'd done more of those. Also, the letters are kind of okay. They're sort of Art Deco style, which is not really a style that I vibe with too much, but all in all, good sticker book. Even better, $3.70 US, and even at $4.44 at full price, that's still really good. And also a price I'm surprised to see on a Chinese website. This one's a bit of a niche item. This one is a paper bag, a purple gingham paper bag. And I kind of thought it was going to be a pack of them. I didn't read the listing properly, that one's on me. It is just a single gingham paper bag, but I think this would be cute, ripped up and used in a theme. I probably would not use it as a paper bag, but hey, we'll see. 30 cents down from 36 cents. Hey, big spender, rein it in, don't get too crazy. Next up, we've got some sticky notes, and these are really fun ones. I've never had sticky notes quite like these ones before. I like to use sticky notes to plan out where my pages are going to go in my journals before I go in and set them up. And these ones are this lovely kind of lavender. They did just fall off the backing completely. That's not ideal, but it's also not the end of the world. These ones are also kind of transparent and a little bit pearlescent, so just showing you on some stamps, foreshadowing. I'm going to show you these stamps later, but this is the packaging. You can really see through the sticky note to what's underneath. Could be great for people who are studying and making notes or annotating books. 76 by 76 millimeters for these ones, 50 cents. Then, same but different, the packaging does not tell me the size of these ones, but these ones aren't square. Very similar concept, except blue and a different shape. So these are also translucent sticky notes, slightly pearlescent. These ones are going to cover a little bit more page surface area, so if you have more notes to make, it might be a good idea. As you can see, compared to my stamp packaging again, it covers almost the whole surface of this one, whereas the last one was square rather than rectangular. 60 cents on sale. Would you call this green? Because I think it's blue, but maybe that's just me. These ones I think are the most adorable thing in the world, these little Halloween sticky notes. They're like 3 tiny little sticky note notepads with how cute is the pumpkin and a little ghosty and a little moon. The listing calls these childhood sticky notes, but I beg to differ as someone who has just turned 37 and is obsessed with these. Halloween's not over yet, get on it, 90 US cents on sale or $1.08 at the normal price. Here's a bunch of little scrapbooking papers that are so incredibly up my alley. These ones have got cute little vintage girly written all over them. Lots of floral frames and doorways and ticket ephemera. It's very, very cute. I love the soft color palette. I love the warm tones. I love the flowers. I love that you get 2 of every design, so you have 2 opportunities to use something if it's your favorite. Always love that. I think these would be so cute layered with stamps or with other stickers or some lettering over the top in a journal theme. I think that would be super cute. These ones are also kind of in 2 general sizes as well, so those are all of the smaller ones, but they also have these larger page sizes too that are really good for if you want to cut a window into your journal, I think, or if you wanted to put some actual text and make these a functional part of your setup for listing out goals or something like that. So cute. Really good for cover pages too. Or like short letters, thank you notes, $1.30 or $1.70 at full price, depending on if the sale is over. Love these. If you've been around my channel for a while and you feel like you're having deja vu right now, that's because I've gotten this set of scrapbooking papers from Stationery Pal before. These ones are 160 GSM paper, so they're not the thinnest, which I don't love for my journal, but I do like the patterns enough that I wanted to get it again because I had fully used up this whole set previously, mostly in my reading journal. I have marbled paper coming out my ears at the moment. I have so much of it, but these ones are my favorite because they are bigger than the little sheets I've gotten from other places. $1.20 right now or $1.44 when the sale is over. Moving into a new category now, and that category is pens, and I have many pens and varied pens to show you. Starting out with a classic on my channel, this is the Tombow Dual Brush Pen in N89. I had one of these and I used it up. I completely used it up and it wouldn't work anymore, so I am just replacing it. It is a soft kind of neutral grey. I use it to offset the second line on my bullet journal setups all the time. This is what it looks like on a page. It's really, really subtle, which is why I like using it to highlight every second line like this, because it doesn't give a lot of visual weight to a page, but it still gives you a little bit of interest, and I love that. They do have the full range of Tombow Dual Brush Pen colours available on Stationery Pal, but I only got this one because I have so many Tombow Dual Brush Pens. This was the only one I needed. $2.90 US for this one, or $3.48 at full price. Way cheaper than you can get it in store in Australia, that's for sure. Then we have this pen that looks just like a normal biro, but is actually not a normal biro at all. This is a pen with a magical secret, because what's inside it is not ink, it is glue. This is a glue pen. I have a glue pen on the go already at the moment, so this one is going in backup, so I'm not going to demonstrate it for you, but they are so good for fiddly little pieces of things. It's only 50 cents, 60 cents normally. If you don't have one of these in your life, you should get one. If you've been following my vlog series at all, you'll know I have recently been dipping my toe in the world of fountain pens. I have lots of ink samples and nothing to really put them in, so I grabbed a fountain pen. This one is the Platinum Little Shooting Star in pink. It has the little star on the nib, which is so cute. It also comes with a little cartridge of ink inside that is not connected, so you can press that one in if you want to use it, or you can put a different cartridge or a converter in there if you want to. That's just black ink, and I actually really like that black ink, and I can say that because I have this pen already in a different color. I got the blue one working with Stationery Pal a couple of years ago now, I think, and I used this pen so much when I was using a journal with watercolor paper earlier in the year. It really did well for me. I don't have the typical ink in it right now. I have a different one, a shimmer ink in fact, but this is what it looks like when it writes. It's a fine tip, and I think it is beautiful. I don't have that much experience with fountain pens, but I would recommend this for a beginner first pen, or if you just need something for everyday writing that isn't too expensive. $4.70 US or $5.64 at the normal price. And they do have other colors as well. How cute is this tiny little ink jar? This is made of glass and it just makes me feel like a super fancy little fountain pen lady. I think I like the inks more than I like the pens, so this should be fun to play with. It has a much lower profile than your typical fountain pen ink jar has, which means I will probably knock it over a lot less. I have knocked over some inks on my table before. I don't recommend it. I'm gonna try it out with the next couple of things that I show you, but $1.20 currently on sale, $1.44 typically. This one is hexagonal and they have other shapes too. Which brings me to this dip pen. It is the Pirate Iro-Utsushi pen, and it has a fine nib on it. This is something that I'm going to be taking to fountain pen meetups with me, which is a cool thing that happens in my city. People get together once a month and talk about fountain pens and let people take swatches of their inks and stuff, and it's really handy to have a dip pen for that kind of thing, so that's what this is going to be for me. It's very comfortable to hold, it's very lightweight, it had a nice little sheath over the nib so it's nice and protected, which I really like. And this one, I feel like, just from my little test demonstration here, has a little bit of flex to it, so you can get a touch of that like thicker downstroke, thinner upstroke going on, which you can't always get with a fountain pen nib, I don't think, unless you are specifically going for a flex one. Also, testing out my little jar, my little ink well over there, I think it's a little too shallow maybe. It's a bit tricky to get the ink all the way into the little reservoir, little hole in the nib, but you can kind of put it in on an angle and then it sort of picks up a bit better. So, I don't know. I think it's cute and I think it's fun, but I think I would get frustrated with that tiny little ink well. If I was doing like a whole page of dip pen lettering, I'd have to see. Also, in case you're wondering what the ink I'm using here for this test run is, it's the Pumpkin Patch from Ferris Wheel Press. Pretty happy with this dip pen. I think it's going to be a staple in my traveling journaling supplies. This one is $7.90 at the sale price or $4.98 full price. I had to show you for this one how it's been packaged to send to me as well, because it's very well protected despite not really having proper packaging. This one is a glass dip pen and it's a little bit different to the previous in that it is quite fragile because it is made of glass. They have this one available in a few different colors. I chose the Sakura because I thought it was very, very pretty. Doesn't it sort of look like a unicorn horn? I think it does. The way this works is you dip the end in your ink and the spiral kind of picks it up. And I find that you can write for a decent amount of time with the glass dip pens before they kind of run out of ink because it really holds on to it. And I also find you get a bit of a thicker line, and I actually prefer that, especially when I'm swatching inks or testing them out to see what they look like on a page, especially if they're shimmer inks, which this one is not. Obviously, you're not going to get any line weight variation because the glass is not flexible at all. It's not going to kind of change how much ink is coming off it at any one time, but I really enjoyed using this glass dip pen for this little test run here. I also really wanted it for the ability to kind of turn it around and use the back of the dip pen to make myself a decent sized swatch with some good saturation of the ink on the page, so you can get some variation in the color if it's like a chameleon ink that dries a bit differently or stuff like that. $1.20, so affordable, or $1.44 at full price. Love this. Not off my fountain pen kick quite yet. I have also picked up one of the Platinum Preppy fountain pens. I've heard really good things about these. I haven't tried this one out yet because I haven't decided what I want to ink it with, but I'm looking forward to giving it a little go. This one also came with a little cartridge of ink inside that is, I assume, black. It looks black anyway. I don't know yet if I'll use this or if I will put something else inside because of the next item, but $6.80 US on sale or $8.16 at the regular price. And I got a little converter to go in it as well so that I can make it a bit easier to add different inks to this one. This was really cheap, 99 cents or $1.56 at the usual price. It's a push-pull converter. I don't know how to use it, but I guess I'll learn. Sort of pen adjacent. This one is kind of looks like a duck, doesn't it? I think it really looks like it might be a duck, but it's actually a blade. It is a duck with a very pointy secret inside. This one is a gyro-cutter. I've been hearing heaps about these little things lately. This head with the blade on it rotates, and the idea is that you can use it to very easily cut things out because it swivels to match the shape of whatever you're trying to cut. I tried it out on some PET tape here and it went pretty well. I actually tried to fussy cut the second one on this page and it didn't work as well. Maybe it's just that I'm not into fussy cutting, but look at this. I've essentially made a kiss cut around this PET tape, and while I didn't make the best cuts ever, it's also a really delicate PET tape, so I was kind of trying not to tear it, and it was starting to tear in some spots, so it wasn't the most perfect cut. I'm sure with practice it will get easier. Honestly, right now, I guess because of the learning curve, I think scissors maybe are still a little bit easier for me, and I don't really care about fussy cutting things so that there is absolutely no edge on my sticker. Maybe I should have started with something like paper that might have been a bit easier to control rather than something really, really fiddly like this very fragile PET, but hey, look at that! I got a sticker that I cut out with a gyro cutter, so it's a thing that exists. I don't know if I think they're quite worth the hype that I've been hearing around them so far, but I do have one, so if it becomes very essential to my journaling practice, you'll be the first to know. $1.40 USD or $1.68 at the regular price. Here's one of my absolute journaling heroes. I could not live without one of these. I already use one of these, and this one I'm getting to be a little backup. This is one of those Kneaded erasers, and they are the best erasers out there. I think they're so good. If you need to erase something in a specific little corner without getting the stuff that's around it, you can squish it into a pointy little point and make it really just fit the right space. You can pull bits off it and make them smaller. You can just dab it over your pencil markings to make them lighter without removing them completely in case you still need them as a reference. And when you're using it to erase, it doesn't leave any crumbs. It doesn't leave any of those annoying little bits of eraser that go everywhere. They are the best. 80 cents, 96 cents at full price. You need this in your life, trust me. Moving on to stamps. I am a sucker for a frame stamp, and if you make it Baroque style, I will probably marry you. Maybe a little hyperbole, but look how cute these are. Wooden stamps are my favorite way to stamp. I think they are the superior form of stamp, and look at these little cuties, pristine and untouched. We're gonna ruin them though and try them out. Not ruin them, but use them. I'm gonna team them up with my favorite little stamp ink pad, which is from VersaFine. It's one of the oil-based ones, and I don't know what to tell you, but they are the best. I like them better than the water-based stamp pads, that's for sure. Look at that, so clean, so nice. I find that when you have stamps with really fine details like this, it helps to use one of these VersaFine oil-based ink pads, or at least the black one that I have seems to be fantastic. $3.20 US, this is stamp version A. And you'd better believe I got stamp version B as well, which is this one here. I haven't tried these out with my acrylic paint markers yet. That is one of my favorite ways to stamp as well, is to just scribble some paint marker onto the stamp and then while it's still wet, get it onto the page. But I think it would work pretty well because they usually do with wooden stamps like this. I don't find acrylic paint markers work as well with silicone stamps though, so things to keep in mind. These are really cute as well, but I think I like set A a little bit better. Same price though, $3.20 or $4 at full price. We love a functional stamp in this household, especially for people who are maybe less enthused by their handwriting, and I think this one could be really good for you if that's you. The day of the week stamps are really what sold me on these ones. They're in this cute kind of typewriter-y courier type of font. All the same size, which makes me really happy for consistency reasons. I feel like these could make setting up a weekly really quick and easy, which I absolutely love that idea. I didn't get my Wednesday to stamp so well here though. I think this is 100% user error. I just didn't have any ink on that top left corner of the stamp, so of course it didn't come off on the page. It's okay, we'll keep going until we get one, and there we go, we got one. For me, these day of the week stamps are really what makes this set valuable. I don't really see myself using the weekly to-do stamp that has the little bubbles. I guess you could use that like a habit tracker on a weekly if you were doing sort of a dashboard kind of a setup. The one that says weekly plan, I would never use. The one that says month, I would probably also never use. Accidentally stamped this one upside down, but you get the idea, right? The one that's a little strip of lace I think is pretty cute, but this one with the moon phases, although I think it's very witchy and cool, I like the idea of it. I personally probably wouldn't use this, at least not in a functional way. This would be a decorative stamp for me, just saying. But when you're paying Stationery Pal prices, I kind of don't mind having a throwaway stamp that I might not especially use in amongst the ones that I really would use, because look how good these are. It's giving detective case file vibes, and I love that. These are $4.90 on sale or $5.60 at full price. Then for setting up a new journal, we've got the month stamps, and I really like these ones too. The font is a little bit different to the previous, but still a cute little serif kind of moment. All the same size, which we love for consistency. Let's give them a test and see how they look on the page. Once again, I'm using my VersaFine ink because I just think it does the best stamping. Good to note though, because it's oil-based, if you put some water-based marker on the opposite side of a page from where you've stamped this stuff down, it will kind of react weirdly because it's oil and water, you know? I actually think I like the font on these ones just a little bit more than the day of the week stamps from the previous set. I think this is a little bit more versatile. It doesn't look quite so police case file, and as much as I like that look for a specific theme, I think this is more versatile. $4.40 at the sale price, $5.28 full price, and you only get the month name stamps, so no wasted extra stamps for this set. I did slender silicone stamps a little bit earlier, but I also picked some, so we're going to give these a go. This is a little set of different fonts, all in separate letters, so you can kind of build words as you like. They're all really joined together. It sort of feels like pulling apart some gummy bears or something, trying to get these apart, but once you have them all separated, obviously it's good, it's ready to go. It's like a one and done kind of a problem, but it did make putting my stamps on this little stamp block quite time consuming, to the point where I got so caught up in it that I didn't realize my camera had run out of battery, and I missed the moment where I actually stamped these stamps on the page. But I can show you what they look like after. Don't you think it's funny that next to the day of the week stamps, it kind of looks like one of those ransom notes where somebody's cut out letters from the newspaper because of how I put them all together? I like these. I think these are cute. 90 cents or $1.08 full price, but you will need a stamping block as well. Let's talk about washi tapes, starting with this coffee themed set, which yes, is an unusual choice for me. When I chose these ones, I was thinking of my workshops that at the time I was filming this were upcoming in Brisbane. I was doing a recipe journaling workshop, and I thought these might be a fun and cute way for someone to decorate a coffee themed dessert spread or something in a recipe journal. Thought I'd better give you that context because I feel like I've been quite vocal about the fact that I don't actually like or drink coffee myself, but I thought these would be good for other people, also for my general bullet journaling workshop that I'm also doing at the same craft fair. I thought maybe it could be good for the vision boards for people who do really like coffee. I will say these are not the best quality washi tapes. I will show you in some of the subsequent washi tape swatches that as I'm laying down others that are not from this set, these ones are starting to really peel up, especially towards the middle of the book where the binding is, where the page is kind of rounded. They're not sticking there very well at all, unfortunately. I do think they're cute though. If you don't mind maybe getting that glue pen from earlier out to give them a little bit of extra encouragement in the corners where they might lift up, then that's helpful. But typically for me, I want a washi tape to stick without me having to intervene. So I don't know what I'd give these ones out of 5, maybe like a flat 2.5 because the art's nice, but the function's not there. I like the variety of it though. I like that you get some wider ones, I like that you get some average ones, and I like that you get some very thin ones too. Also, sometimes coffee-themed stationery comes in handy for reading journaling purposes, so there is that too. $2.40 on sale or $2.88 regularly US dollars. Then we have these two cute little tartan numbers in cute little colours too. We've got some purple and some blue going on. I am in Scotland right now at the time this video is going live, and I was thinking of that when I chose these ones, thinking these might be really fun to decorate my travel journal in a way that is quite quintessentially Scottish without being maybe the quintessentially Scottish tartan colours. I don't know what kind of families these might represent, but I think they're real cute. The blue one has unfortunately disappeared from the site, so I can only show you the purple, but it is 90 cents or $1.08 typically. Then we've got this little set of washi tapes that on the website is described as sky blue. I don't know if that should really apply because there are a bunch of different colours available here, but they're all very nice pastel tones with just a little hint of a pattern. These ones are all pretty typical washi tape sizes. They're like kind of a thinner washi tape, maybe like a centimetre, maybe a little bit more. I think they look very cute together. These would make excellent waterfall tabs. I recently made a video explaining how to make waterfall tabs, and I think these would be really cute for a theme. I went for the sky blue theme, but they also have these available in yellow, cherry red, and sweet orange. Look at them all swatched next to each other. That's such a vibe. These are 90 cents for the set or $1.08 normally. And this is where I really started to notice my coffee washies just peeling up on the corners there. It got worse than this as time went on, so things to note. These ones, not the best quality. Stationery Pal are really good for these kind of generic, versatile washi tapes, I guess. So here's a gingham one in a nice kind of forest green. It makes me think of autumn picnics, despite not being maybe a typically autumnal colour. I just feel like it kind of seems right for that somehow. The ginghams are available in a bunch of different colours, but this is the one I liked best, $1.50 or $1.80 normally. Then we have this adorable little blue tape with daisies on. It's a lovely kind of muted periwinkle kind of colour. There's a bit of purple in it. I really like it. I'm into that colour a lot lately. If the green gingham is an autumn picnic, this one is definitely a spring picnic, so super appropriate for us Southern Hemisphere cats right now. 80 cents on sale, 96 cents normally, and I've not had any problems with these ones peeling up at all. Next up, I've got a set of watercolour brushes, or at least they were listed as watercolour brushes on the website. These ones are also available in a white or a black handle, but I went for the pink because I can't help myself. Sometimes I like to use my fountain pen inks with paintbrushes in my journal, so these are kind of for that, so I can keep them separate from the brushes I use for actual watercolour. And come on, $1.30 or $1.56 usually for a whole set, that's incredible. My very last category for this video is glue tape, which is something that I love and adore and swear by. I got a whole bunch of different ones to compare. Let's start with this one. This is the Tombow PIT Air Touch glue tape in a limited edition pink colour. It has this little cap that folds down so you can access the actual little glue tape head nozzle thing, which keeps it protected and clean. The air part of the PIT Air glue tapes is supposed to mean that you need less force to get it to dispense onto the page, like 56% less force to initiate tape dispensing. That might sound kind of superfluous and over the top, but if you've ever had a bad glue tape that gets stuck to itself and doesn't roll nicely, that sounds like a dream to me. Bring on the airy glue tapes as far as I'm concerned. You can see it's got kind of a little dot pattern, most of them do. This one is clear and it sticks really well, as I would expect of a Tombow product. Just using some of those little scrapbooking papers that I showed you earlier for example here, so I've got something to stick into the book, so double demo for this one. It's a good glue tape, I like it, $1.70 US or $2.04 at full price. Then we've got the mini baby adorable Kokuyo Dotliner, which I think the Dotliner is kind of the classic. I know it's some of my friends' favorite. I love the mini tiny size for traveling around, and I am going on holiday. As I mentioned, I am, well, on holiday now at the time this is going up, so I got one of these to take with me. It's got this cool little slidey mechanism at the top, so your finger can go there and just like pull the covering back from the end of the glue. Obviously with a name like Dotliner, you're going to expect the glue to have kind of a dot pattern, and it does, as you can see here. I've actually had this exact mini Dotliner before, and it went really wonderfully for me, so I couldn't recommend it enough. And at 99 cents, it's kind of a steal. I sort of wish I'd got more than one. $1.80 normally though, in case the sale's over by the time this video goes up. This one is basically the same as the pink glue tape that I showed you before, it's just a different limited edition colorway, so these two, honestly, exactly the same, they just look a little different. Still got the little flippy backy cover that clicks into place, it's still got the little corrugated spot on the top so you know where your thumb is supposed to go. Look, I'm not trying to measure how much pressure I'm using to apply, but these are very nice. They roll nicely. I don't feel like they roll especially differently to the Kokuyo one that we looked at just before this, but you know, it did indeed succeed in sticking this paper to my page. Same price as the pink one, $1.70 on sale, $2 for not on sale. Look how cute this is. This one has a cat on it and it's a Kokuyo Dotliner in collaboration with Noritake. I don't know what that means, but I saw the cat and I had to have it. I've seen Mitsu make that exact face at me, so I just feel like I need to give this cat a little scritch. It's got all of your classic glue tape features. It's got the corrugated spot on the top where your thumb goes. It's got this little flippy backy cover so that you're protecting the end of the glue. I think in practice, I prefer this kind of little rather than the whole cap moving back because it doesn't feel like there's a big chunk of plastic in the way of your page, but at the same time it's not protecting the top part of the glue tape, so that's kind of exposed, so maybe it's not staying as clean in the long term. I don't know. I think I'm thinking too deeply about it because honestly, I feel like this works just the same as the other ones that I've tried. Also, it says good time on the back of the tape dispenser. The little glue snail trail that it leaves behind kind of looks the same as the others. I don't know what I thought I was going to get out of comparing these because they're all really good. Granted, two of them are the same product in different colors, but all of these are holding up really well on the page. This one goes for $2.20, making it one of the more expensive options, $2.64 on a normal day. And then we have this little innovative beast. This is the Kokuyo Dotliner stamp, and the idea here is that you can just push down and it leaves a little like square of glue tape on your thing. The first couple of attempts I made didn't stamp especially well, but the last one did, so I don't know if that's user error or just because it's a brand new device and it needed to sort of be warmed up a little. The whole thing is a bit clunkier than the others, but the bottom part kind of squishes up and down like this. And then you can also move the whole cap back to reveal a regular glue tape roller so that you have kind of both. To be honest, I don't know that there are that many situations where I would need a stamp over a glue tape roller. I don't know if this would be that handy for me, but it is a cool little idea, and I always love that Japanese stationery is pushing these boundaries and making the cool stuff. This one is positively expensive compared to the others, $6.70 on sale or $8.04 at full price. Couldn't tell you that I have a favorite out of these. I really think they all perform in much the same way, so I recommend them all. Those are all of the goodies I got in this haul, so let's have a little chat about how much it would have all cost if I had bought this myself. Thankfully, Stationery Pal were very kind and collaborated with me on this video. If you put every single one of these items in your cart right now, it would add up to $79.30 US. Once I click through to the checkout page, it shows me in my local currency, which is Australian dollars, which works out to $171.93, including $34.99 of shipping. If you wanted to pop in my discount code, which will get you 12% off, that will bring the total cost down to $152.05 Australian dollars, which Siri tells me is around about $105 US. Did you have a favorite item from this haul? Is there something you're eyeing off or something maybe you already have in your collection? Let me know in the comments down below. If you're keen to keep watching, here's a link to all of my stationery haul videos arranged into a little playlist for you, as well as a link to a video YouTube thinks you will enjoy. See you again real soon.